Alex Jones hates Bernie Sanders and hates Bernie supporters, and he makes it pretty evident. Let's hear what he has to say about us and Bernie.
Bernie wants us to live under the heavenly socialist communist system like China. We never heard the left criticize that Mao Zedong killed over 8 million people. The Chinese government admits biggest mass murder in history. That's why there's so many liberal, trendy places in Austin, in Denver, in New York, in LA.
First of all, let's correct that, Mr. Jones. Look, when you say that Bernie Sanders wants us to be a communistic country, no. There's a difference between socialism and communism. Here's the difference. Socialism is an economy where the American people, or any people who lives under a socialist rule, that they have freedoms. They contribute to have a better society. Scandinavia is a socialist country. Look how well they do. So saying that liberals and Bernie Sanders want to have a communist country, you're a fucking idiot. And you're also a fucking idiot when you say that liberals don't talk about Chairman Mao and how he killed people. You're a fucking idiot if you really think that. Anyway, continue what you're saying, dipshit.
In San Francisco, named after Mao. And people go and play on their iPhones at the free market, their Chinese slave goods, and they drink beer and expensive wine and giggle about how fun it is to wear red stars.
Huh? First of all, you're thinking of Starbucks, because that's where a lot of liberals go out in California and in New York and in Austin. There's no liberal, no conservative ever goes to a place named after Chairman Mao and talks about wearing swastikas and having red scars. No liberal or conservative at that talks about that shit. You're a fucking idiot if you really think liberals are like that. But it gets worse.
You couldn't put more bad luck on you. You couldn't trash your mojo better. Wearing swastika armbands, you stupid snot-nosed crud that live off the backs of everybody that fought Nazism and communism. You'd have your jaws broken. Don't you?
Yeah. He just said that. So if you're a Bernie Sanders supporter like me, our jaws should be broken because we want, an America that works for everyone, including all millennials, because this world does not belong to the baby boomers anymore. It belongs to the millennials now. And we need to make it better for us. But, yeah, he thinks our jaws should be broken. That's inciting violence and a threat. Who's the douchebag now, Alex Jones?
Worry reality's gonna crash in on you, trash. Who lowered our defenses, who brought the Republic down. Oh, we're already gone. And you celebrated like you joined the globalists, mounting America's head on the wall. Your great victory.
Okay, dramatic pussy. Because you are a dramatic pussy, Alex Jones. Look, you want to know what ruined the Republic? When the fucking Patriot Act was passed. The Patriot Act pretty much throws away the Constitution and uses it as toilet paper. The Patriot Act is what took the Republic away. Not fighting for civil rights or gay rights or anything like that. This is what he's saying, along the lines of, fighting for what Americans really need. Oh, you're ruining the Republic. No, the government spying on its own people is ruining the Republic. Do your fucking history course all over again.
A mass
don't use that argument against liberals. Which group of political people have said since the 1950s have been over that women should go back to the kitchens and only do the housework and not have a job? These conservatives like Alex Jones. And these conservatives like Alex Jones don't give a fuck about women's rights. They think that abortion should be illegal. They think abortion is wrong in all circumstances. And you're for women's rights? My ass. You're not for women's rights. Don't use this, oh, women are being objectified for sex objects. No. In a liberated world where women willingly show off their bodies, they're not forced to. They do it because they want to. That's not using a woman as a sexual object. You know what's using a woman as a sexual object? Using a woman as a sexual object is when you tell your wife and your girlfriend to wear a skimpy nightgown because it makes you hard. That's using a woman as a sexual object. Not when women show off their bodies. Marilyn Monroe willingly loved to show off her body. You know why? Because she said these true words that the body is meant to be seen and not concealed. Continuing.
Lauren Steinem and the Central Intelligence Agency program.
Oh, you're praising Gloria Steinem? No, it's fucks like you that said she should keep her mouth shut. Yeah, in the 1970s when Gloria Steinem was starting the second wave of feminism, because the movement was starting to die down, she was one of the first women in the 1970s to say women deserve to be treated better in the workplace. And because of women like Gloria Steinem, we have sexual harassment laws at the workplaces, which are a good thing. But it's fucks like you who think they're so bad. It's fucks like you that think, oh, that's a form of political correctness. Continuing. I'm shooting down your arguments, Alex Jones. Do you have any better ones?
Bernie Sanders with his fake Einstein hair.
It's real hair.
We go out and talk to Bernie Sanders supporters. They can hardly talk.
Huh? We can hardly talk. I'm talking regularly right now. But let's go into this whole characterization of what he thinks Bernie Sanders supporters talk.
Like him. Free, I want free stuff. As if the New World Order is gonna give you anything free.
Oh yeah, this is his whole thing. Oh, that the Illuminati's real. First of all, Bernie Sanders supporters aren't voting for Bernie because he's going to guarantee free stuff. And I have to shoot this down because it's idiots like him that don't understand when Bernie Sanders says free healthcare, free college. The context of free is right. A United States citizen right to healthcare and education. A right to food. That's what he means by free. He doesn't mean like free willy-nilly. Nothing's free. Bernie knows that. Bernie knows that there's gotta be, a tuition fee that someone has to pay. But Bernie wants to make sure that college isn't overly expensive. He wants to make sure that a kid like me can go to college and get an education and get a degree worth something instead of just paying these institutions who are taking our money and using it as fucking toilet paper. That's what he means by free education and free healthcare. He wants to make sure that America's citizens have the right to these institutions and services. He doesn't mean free as in you don't have to pay for anything. Of course there's going to be a fee to something.
Free like a piece of cheese. But a little mouse comes out and smells it and goes to bite it and bam, breaks your neck. But you're stupider than a little mouse.
No. Bernie Sanders' supporters are smarter than the majority of establishment supporters. And Donald Trump supporters, I have to throw them a bone, are smarter than the average Republican establishment voters. The millennials who support Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump, we're far smarter than the rest of you. You know what we do? This is what we do. We look at these people, we see they're authentic, that they're not covering anything, that they're not concealing any lies or any truths at that, because they don't lie. They tell the truth. Well, Donald Trump tells the truth, but in a different way. But the point is, though, Donald Trump gives a skewed truth, but he tells the truth. Bernie Sanders gives the whole truth and nothing but the truth. This is why he has young people supporting him. This is why Donald Trump has young people supporting him. What do mainstream politicians and mainstream news anchors do? They put the cheese out in the mousetrap and then trap the people once they get to the cheese. Look, you want me to continue to break your arguments here, Alex Jones? Because I'm pretty much embarrassing you.
You can see all the countries and all the people caught in the mouse traps, caught in the bear traps. You know what you do? You go into a trendy shop, in some capitalist strip, and you go in and you snuggle in with that credit card. Daddy put money in for the trust fund. You put on that little fur-rimmed coat, you're all sexy with your hammer and sickle on, your Che Guevara, shirt from Rage Against the Machine, an old capitalist record company system selling it to you. Then you go out on the street, you walk into McDonald's, and you have yourself a double latte. Oh, yeah. Puff.
Do you secretly dress in drag? Do you secretly dress in drag? Because you make it sound like millennials who support Bernie Sanders are women of the 1920s. You make us sound like fucking flappers. You don't make us sound like we're unintelligent. Anyway, he thinks it's pathetic that we want to make an America that works for us. His words, not mine.
Scum!
Oh yeah, he thinks we're scum too. Go figure.
Oh, how you'll burn in the camps later. Wishing you'd done something. I mean, you are the ultimate chumps. The ultimate.
What camps? There's no camps. The government is not building camps, Alex Jones. No, the government is not building any camps to put its own fucking citizens in. We did that in the 1940s to Japanese Americans, and it was a bad idea. You want to go on with this whole Illuminati thing? Go ahead. But don't say Bernie supporters are scum and are unintelligent or jaws should be broken. That's inciting a threat. You could go to prison for that. You're too stupid to even know that, aren't you?
Buffoons. The ultimate schmucks. See, I got.
Fuck you, Alex Jones.
I read it. Here's the break with humor coming in. I get so upset. But the public had so much freedom. They were so wealthy, even our poorest course, they have no idea that what they're replacing with is abject slavery.
Whoa, whoa, the poor have it good? The poor have it good? Jesus fucking Christ, how fucking stupid are you? When a kid goes starving every fucking night on the street, they have a good life? When a family struggles to keep the bills paid, they have a good life? No, that's not having it good. That's having it really fucking bad. Alex Jones is scum. He says Bernie supporters are scum and their jaws should be broken. No. Alex Jones is scum. I'm not going to say Alex Jones's jaw should be broken because that's inciting a threat. But Alex Jones is the ultimate scumbag, douchebag, racist, sexist, misogynistic motherfucker I've ever heard speak.
Get off.
And if this guy believes that the poorest of the poor have it good in this country, and while the rich get everything, like a food, house, jobs and all that, and money for doing nothing, he thinks the poorest of the poor have it great.
Get off the computer.
This guy, you know what, I'm not going to say his voice should be silenced because that's censorship, but I should say this guy should think before he speaks. And I think the majority of his audience, if you actually look at the YouTube video, grilled him by saying, yeah, so what? They support Bernie Sanders. Yeah, I support Bernie Sanders and I'm a Republican. So, this guy obviously wants a world where the rich have everything and the middleman has nothing. This guy wants a world where women are treated like sex objects and not human beings. And he thinks that's a great world? Do me a favor, Alex Jones. Hop in a time machine, go back to the 1920s, actually go to Saudi Arabia in this century, where men have control over women, where women can be raped legally. You want to live in that world? Be my guest. But I want to live in an America where it actually works for everyone. Young and old alike, men and women alike, black and white alike. If you don't want to live in that America, leave this country. We don't want people like you here. You're the people we don't like. You're the people that we tried to bury in the dirt. But it's people like Donald Trump that had to dig you right back up. See you guys. Because, quite honestly, this guy makes me so irritated. And I used to think, oh, he used to be in the middle of everything. He's not in the middle of anything. He just wants an America that only works for him and no one else.